All right, so should we start with our Om? Should we all take a deep breath? And all right, so let's do this. We're gonna just close our eyes, all of us, and we're just gonna take a deep inhale, and we're gonna Om, okay? And we count to 3, so we can inhale whenever you're ready.
Well, Giselle, thank you for setting the tone in such a beautiful and serene way. My name is Philip Picardi. I am the Master of Ceremonies for a very special conversation we're having today about Dior's Capture Total Super Potent Serum. And of course, our guest of honor, our very special host, is the one and only, the icon, the beauty of the world, Gisele Bündchen. Giselle, thanks for being here.
Thank you, you're so funny.
How are you? How have you been spending your time during quarantine? What's going on with you?
I am in Tampa, Florida, which is my new home. We moved here in the middle of this shift that's happening in our collective. You know, it's been a very interesting time, I would say, because usually I'm traveling all around and it's always busy, you know, feeling like I'm in the hamster wheel. So taking this time to really reconnect to myself, to really figure out what's most important, and to, you know, really like connecting with my family and my children, especially, in a much deeper way. It's been a very, I would say overall, a very deep dive into myself and into family life. And though there are its challenges, there's also its blessings.
I'm wondering what kinds of rituals that you've developed to keep yourself centered, healthy, feeling good in this moment.
Waking up early in the morning before the sunrise is essential to me because it's the time that everything is quiet. No one needs me. The dogs don't need to be fed. The kids don't need, you know, like nobody needs me. So it's just my time and it's really quiet. And that's when I get to meditate and I sit for 30 minutes. And usually by 7 o'clock, when everyone is up and ready, you know, I'm ready and I feel like I've nourished myself. I feel like my tank is full and now I'm a better mom, I'm a better wife, I'm a better person because I feel like I've taken the time to take care of myself.
Right. You know, so many of us know you as obviously a supermodel. We know you as the face of Capture Total, of course. But I also have known you as a big advocate for the environment. And you've been talking about the environment for such a long time, bringing awareness to it through the platform that obviously your career has afforded you. And now climate change is at the forefront of so many conversations that we're having all over the world. I was just wondering, maybe could you tell us a little bit about your environmental work and what feels top of mind for you right now?
I always say like nature is my church and love is my religion. We are way more powerful than we think we are. And the choices we make every day are gonna either lead us to a wonderful world or not, but that's up to us. My birthday for 40, we actually were able to plant almost 300,000 trees. You know, I figure I've been here for 40 years. And the reason why I'm alive is because the earth provides me with everything I need to survive, with the air I breathe, the food, the water. It only makes sense to me that I give back to the earth that has been giving me so much.
One of my favorite things about the serum, by the way, is that it's such a good indicator of where Dior is headed and their efforts towards sustainability. So even the flowers used in this formula are grown in the Dior gardens, and all of the Dior gardens are grown without chemical fertilizers or pesticides. This is huge, you know, for an operation as big as Dior to be committing to sustainability in that way, because the outside packaging is recyclable, the bottle is made from recyclable glass. It's a really good thing all around.
For me, it's like I've been doing this for so long, and if it's not something that I really believe in, I'm not gonna do it. The integrity of something is the most important thing to me. Taking care of our planet means taking care of ourselves because, you know, our health and the health of our planet are directly connected.
One thing you said in there is still sticking in my brain, and that is that Gisele Bündchen is 40 years old. And I mean, if this is not a testament to the fact that Capture Total is clearly working, then I don't know what is. I mean, you look absolutely incredible. Because we're here to talk about beauty, I just have to ask. Everyone wants to know your beauty secrets, Giselle.
So I don't think it's one thing, right? I think it's so many things. I feel it's not only what we put in our skin, but it's also how we're nourishing our souls. What material are we reading? What kind of conversations are we having? Where are we directing our energy? You know, wherever our energy goes is what grows. We gotta feed our mind, our body, and our spirit, all of it together. And I think all of it is what a combination that makes us feel better. And when we feel better, we look better. It's no secret potion. It's a combination of conscious living. I would say.
And so much of that philosophy is reflected in all of the incredible people that we have joining us today. I'm so excited to have Joanna Czech, facialist extraordinaire,
Hello,
known
Phil.
for slapping the most beautiful faces all over the world, and also the dermatologist, Dr. Teo Wan Lin. Thank you so much, ladies, for joining us.
I'm so honored to be here.
I still need you to slap me. Giselle, have you been slapped by Joanna?
I have not had
She
the pleasure
has
of being
not.
slapped by Joanna, but I've heard, so we gotta figure it out. We gotta make some plans.
Joanna, I know that you are famously discerning about the products that you choose to talk about. You're one of the toughest interviews that a beauty editor can ever get. So the fact that you're here to talk about the Super Potent Serum, I know, is a big deal. What drew you to this product and what makes Super Potent Serum so special?
Just a drop about my philosophy. Respect, support, and protect. That's the most important regarding skin. I think yourself and currently thinking about other people and the world. If we pay attention to it, it's going to be all good. Regarding skincare, I don't jump into trends. I believe in clean science and in amazing ingredients. When I heard the word energy regarding Capture Total, that brought me right away there, because for last 20 years, and Giselle, you will know that for sure, we both believe strongly in energy. I've been working with equipment that stimulates ATP energy, combination of sun and light, and then hearing of the product that could be also revitalizing and energizing to stem cells, I was like, oh my God. So what's so special about the serum? As I mentioned, ingredients. One of them is Longoza plant. Longoza plant grows in Dior's gardens in Madagascar. And nickname has eternal plant because has ability to grow on scorched earth, which is basically on ash. Extract of Longoza creates wave of energy for our skin. Basically, it's such a powerful plant. Another, and I would say the most important, and these days quite controversial ingredient is hyaluronic acid. But here we have this new generation of hyaluronic acid, acetylated hyaluronic acid. Acetylated means transformed. In our situation here, it's 4 times transformed to create longevity and the strength of it against cutaneous enzymes.
And so hyaluronic acid is the thing, and I'm sorry, I'm just gonna speak in plain people terms, Joanna. I know you're a skin expert. Hyaluronic is the thing that makes us glow, right? It's like, this is the plumper.
Yeah, hyaluronic acid is sugar in water. That's what it is. That's basically what you know from the moment of starting applying that serum. That's what you feel. You feel that plumpness. Automatically skin gets smoother because if it's plumper, it's smoother and feels ultra fresh. And that's the first 5 to 7 days. One more thing about the serum. Serum really addresses all aging signs. So grayness of the skin, even hyperpigmentation and so on, really reduces it when you are consistent. I would suggest to Dior to make them in liters, so we can have for the whole body, not just the face.
If I want to look like Giselle Bundchen, I don't want just any old hyaluronic acid. I want this hyaluronic acid, this super one. Is that right?
You want that super one, and I want growth hormones. If I want to look like Giselle, all those things. So it's all about proper energy, re-energizing the cells, hydration of the skin, and all of the other factors. I could offer the most amazing treatment and a facial, but if the client is going to walk around the corner and have a cheeseburger and a cigarette, doesn't matter if I sang during the treatment or dance, it's not going to work. So I need collaboration. We need to take this responsibility,
You're all about discipline, Joanna. I know it too well, and it's very good advice. We also have a dermatologist here, Dr. Teo.
Yes, thank you very much, Philip. And it's a real pleasure for me to be able to share my expertise with all of you today.
Thank you, Dr. Teo. I'm wondering, from the dermatological perspective, what do you think about the science behind Capture Total that Joanna was just talking about?
Well, Philip, I think that the focus on the physiology of skin stem cells by the LVMH Research Institute really sets the stage for the future of anti-aging skincare. Now, specifically, the discovery that there is a reduction in the energy potential of aging skin stem cells It is a novel discovery that's relevant to dermatological research.
For this particular line, what kind of skin concerns is Capture Total going to help?
Now, Philip, I think it's very relevant that Dior has created a serum for all skin types. This is very consistent with dermatological science because the requirements of healthy skin are universal.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Giselle,
Philip.
Of course. Giselle, I know you've been using Super Potent Serum. How have you been using the product and what do you find special about it?
I like that it's very light. Like what Joanna was saying, when you actually put it in your skin, you can feel it right away because it makes it feel more plump. And the smell is very nice. I actually have to get some more. I was like looking for some. I was like, I can't believe I just finished it like 2 days ago. And now I'm like, I need more.
Somehow I think we can make that happen.
Yes, please. Hello, Dior. I'm waiting. Like, I need some more serum.
My favorite thing about it too is that I like to say that it plays well with other products. Like it's not heavy. It doesn't need to be like the only thing you're using. You can put on your moisturizer after, or you can go like completely without moisturizer afterwards, you know. So I love its versatility. I love that you can use it morning, night. It's not complicated. It's just such an easy new addition to the routine, right?
And I like to put it on my neck, I have to say. Now that I'm 40, I'm like, oh, I think I need to start looking at my neck.
Always
Remember, I never
the
really
neck.
paid
That's like
attention
one of
to my
Joanna's
neck.
biggest things.
Am I allowed to say exactly what I always say?
Say it.
All right. I mean, your face starts with the nipples and ends in a hairline.
Oh, look at you. I never heard that before.
But you don't need to use specific neck and décolleté creams as long as you always treat the whole area, whole big face.
That is so cute. Well, honestly, Dr. Teo, Joanna, thank you so much. You know, one of the things, Giselle, that you and Joanna both already have talked about is the importance of beauty from the inside out. And so it only feels fitting that we have two experts in the world of wellness here with us, two incredible women. We have the functional medicine nutritionist Rose Ferguson and the micronutritionist Valerie Espinas. Thank you, ladies, for being here. So Rose, let's start with you. Can you tell us how what we put inside of our bodies manifests on the outside of our bodies?
Yes, I can. And it's so funny, Giselle and I haven't seen each other for a long time, but we used to model together. And I
Yes.
think we take care of ourselves and you can see it in your skin. I think that's true.
So you guys used to work together.
In the late 90s, we used to do fashion shows together, didn't we?
Well, that's actually where I started thinking about what I was putting in my body, because what you put in your body is what you show on the outside. I really believe that. But it's also about what you're absorbing. You can put in really great food and supplements. If you're stressed or you're not getting enough sleep, if your gut's not working very well, then you're not absorbing it. And if you're not absorbing it, it's not working for you. As you know, I'm very keen on fats, good fats. You know, they really help the membrane of your cell. So if the membrane of your cell is very healthy, it'll be all plump and you look plumper, which is what we want, especially when you're 45, not 40.
Looking good, girl.
The sleep part is so important, but right now I don't know if anyone else is feeling this, but it is so hard to get a full night's sleep, right? Like with everything going on, it just feels like, how am I supposed to hit the pillow?
I'm telling you, meditation is like, I don't even know how I would live without it. I think creating things like rituals in our lives are very helpful. Anything that makes you feel good and do it constantly, it's gonna be nourishing for you.
You know, and it is that cycle of like just a little step in the right direction makes you feel like taking another step in the right direction. And I think it's the same with, you know, just self-care, which includes skincare and just looking after your body.
And the two of you knew each other in the late 90s. Do you feel like your wellness philosophies have changed since the late 90s?
I was doing the opposite of what I'm doing now. I was doing 10 shows a day, sleeping 3 hours a night, you know, smoking a pack of cigarettes and drinking wine. I mean, and having the worst type of food you can imagine. Until my body was like, hold on here, stop in your tracks. And that was a sign for me to say, okay, this is not working. So if this is not working, we're going to have to make adjustments. Those adjustments became a whole new understanding about life, and through breath work and yoga and meditation, I found a whole new life in my early 20s. That is the life I live today, and I'm so grateful for it. And but it was definitely very different in the late 90s.
We used to drink champagne before shows. I mean, it's so funny because now I look at the fashion industry, which is now, but literally at 9 o'clock in the morning, there would be a tray of champagne going around and everything. But I have to say that it was being in the fashion industry very young was a really great start, because the fashion industry is very interested in food. I started juicing when I was 17, 18, 19 as a model, because I think I was trying to counteract the champagne.
A detox. Yes, a liquid detox.
A little bit of balance in there somewhere.
Right. Well, speaking of, Valerie, you're a micronutritionist, so you obviously know what foods are going to translate to beautiful, healthy, glowing skin. So what should we be incorporating into our diets now that's going to help us have a beautiful, healthy complexion?
So to have the best diet, to have the glowing and healthy skin, we need with seasonal food like fruits, vegetable with different color to bring different kind of antioxidant that prevent aging. And we need to eat every day fatty acid from vegetable plants like olive oils or seeds like chia seeds or nuts like almonds to have a glowing skin. And in fact, we must drink water, not champagne, water. Water, 2 liters per day, because the level of water in the skin decreases during the aging. And we need to have the best level of water in the skin. Water is so important. Our challenge is to have the good balance of a social life with champagne and industrial product and this traditional diet.
This is why I love the French, y'all. You go to a French nutritionist and she's like, have your champagne.
Sorry for my French accent.
No, your accent is beautiful. Valerie and Rose, thank you so much. We have some friends of the house also on this call. The museum founder, Wan, phoning in from Beijing. We have the model, Melanie Monrose, and we have the fashion editor and the young icon, Gabriella Carifa Johnson. Melody, we were just talking about modeling, and obviously I wanted to bring you into this conversation because you're coming up at a very different time in the industry. Was anything that Giselle was just saying, did any of that resonate with you?
Definitely, like the discipline part of it was the part that resonated the most with me. My mother, for example, is a teacher, so discipline was a big part of my childhood, and I feel like I applied this to my work every day. When it comes to my skincare, I plan everything. I make sure I have travel size like products on hand. I think about the environment, the setting. Is it going to be like hot or cold? All of these factors are super important to be able to take care of my skin properly.
But one of the requirements of the job for a model, and Melody and Giselle, you both know this very well, is that you have clear, beautiful skin. I mean, did that ever feel like, or does that ever feel like a pressure for you? Does that ever make you anxious, like this idea that you have to come with the perfect skin?
I think the idea of perfection and the pressure that the industry just brings to you is complicated to deal with, but you can come up with like coping mechanism like Giselle was talking about earlier. Meditation is very helpful. Yoga is very helpful. Skincare is self-care. And if I take care of myself, I feel good. If I feel good, I'm confident.
And how are you able to keep up with a beauty regimen even when you're constantly on the go? What are your tips and your tricks?
Honestly, it's really not easy. Like recently, I was going from Miami to LA, Cape Town, back to LA. And I remember being in the airport bathroom, kind of like doing my skincare, washing my face with women passing by and like in and out, just washing their hands, looking at me like I was completely crazy, putting my mask on. I had absolutely no shame. I was waiting for it, the 20 minutes. I was putting on my toner. I was literally like respecting each step religiously of my skincare routine. That's just an investment, you know, you invest time, you invest money, and it always pays off.
Wan and Gabriella, you both are also women who are constantly on the go. I'm wondering what kinds of things that you've picked up on the road or along the way that are also some of your favorite beauty secrets now.
I think for me, Phil, honestly, it has not been easy or a priority for the majority of my life to really take care of my skin. It's something I've just started investing in. The way that I kind of created a system that worked for me, especially when we're always on the go, is like I was a minimalist and purist about the whole process. It's like I have the capacity really for like a 3-step process, and that's where I'm maxing out. I really like the basic cleansing, and then I have like the wow phase, which right now is definitely this super potent Capture Total system. Like it's really the serum is really great. And then my third step is like moisturize step. So finding a product that can kind of do a lot of the legwork was important for me in terms of like a beauty routine and like finding the one secret. It was just simplicity.
Right, and that's kind of the genius of Super Potent Serum is that it's so not complicated. It does so many things for you so that a busy woman like you can wash your face, put on the serum, and be out the door.
Totally. And I'm like literally skincare for dummies. Like I need like, it needs to be like 2-3 steps max. So I'm so on board.
I have to say, even though I work in the fashion industry for so long, I'm so with you with the simple is best. Like, I don't have time to sit there for hours. Like, I'm sorry. I want to have a product that's simple to use, that is effective, that is going to give me what I want. So I completely hear you on keep it simple and great quality products, drink a lot of water, eat healthy foods, exercise, rest.
I guess it's a boring thing to say, but I think hydration is the key to everything. Hydration, hydration, hydration. And I really agree what Giselle said, that everything like inside really appears on the outside. So I usually start my day with a huge jar of hot water. It's almost like having like a spa with your system. Clean base is also really important to absorb all the good stuff in our skincare. No matter like how late I get home, I clean my face thoroughly and I would put a hydration mask first. And the new Capture Total Serum provides the exact amount of hydration I need, and it gives the plumping glowiness that I love, and it's just amazing.
And Melody, are you using the serum in any special or particular ways that we should know about?
I kind of like packed last minute, and I left for Martinique during the whole quarantine, and the only serum that I actually brought was the Super Potent Serum, and I really didn't need much more because the weather just was super humid and hot, and I felt like it was just giving me like the right amount of hydration.
And you've been doing the Joanna Check techniques, I've heard,
Yes,
is that right?
Yes.
Who needs moves like Jagger when you could have moves like Joanna?
I know, Joanna, what is all about these moves? I've never done any of this stuff. What's going on here? Machines, gadgets?
I need to slap you at last.
Oh, exactly. I need to be slapped. That's it. I'm coming over.
Yes.
I'm thinking.
Honestly, it's everything you heard about it, it's true.
Joanna, can you just show us how to do it so y'all can try here? Do we need you to slap us?
You
so
know,
we
I'm
can
not going to probably get to the whole massage because it's a very different way to approach someone from the back and all the other manipulations. But important thing, massage stimulates blood flow. Hemoglobin as one of the ingredients of a blood carries oxygen into the tissue. You always treat the muscles like a dough and the skin like a sponge. And that sponge technique, that's going to be the one that's going to be super important in application of serum or majority of the products.
So I love the whole thing about massaging, and I recently came across something called face yoga. I can demonstrate something. But
Oh, show us, please.
see.
Come on.
So basically, you just have to like look to the ceiling and then stick out the tongue as far as you can and then move your tongue side to side. And then feel like the under part of your chin. You should feel it like get tighter. And then you do it day and night. And then for 2 weeks, you'll see very, very good results.
Giselle.
What I'm learning. I love stretching. Anything about stretching makes me happy. So I'll practice that. I'll let you know how I do after 2 weeks. I just want to say thank you so much to all of you. I just had so much fun. And thank you, Dior, for getting us all together. And now I want my serum, please. I'm waiting for it. I live in fear.
Lifetime supply.
Exactly. We all deserve some serum. So please let's leave our address here at the end, please, everyone. And we will be waiting because we need it. Okay. Thank you.
Giselle, thank you so much. On behalf of all of us, I'm sure all of us just want to say thank you for holding court with us today.
Big hug and big kiss to everybody. Take care.
Thank you, Dior.